Hey, what's up, you guys? It's Curtis with Show Up Lifestyle, helping you guys show up to a better life. Also, the author of the 925 Escape Plan, which I will have the link down below. So, what I want to talk about today is reality transurfing. I came across this book from a guy named Quasi Johir or Quasi Quaz, and a lot of his principles come from the book Reality Transurfing, and I found his videos pretty interesting. So I say, okay, let me go check out this book. And so I get the book and I start reading it. I'm not completely finished with it. I'm about a little more than halfway done with the book. So I just wanted to touch down on kind of what I've been getting from this book and what I think is important. So if you guys decide to read it, I'm going to share with you some of the important facts that I've seen in it so far. If you plan on reading it, um, and first, which is like the basis in all of like self development, self help, finding out who you are, all of this stuff. It's really always going down to the point to where you have to figure out what it is that you want in life. You know, that's going to be the most difficult part of your journey in life, is just saying this is what I want. And the thing that makes this book different is it tells you to think about to figure out what you want, but it also explains how the mind and the heart um, differentiate. You know how they don't agree on things. So the mind is very analytical. The mind will say, okay, you desire to do this. Your heart wants this, but you can't afford it. You know, your heart just wants it, but your mind is telling you you can't afford it. So one of the main concepts I got is, a lot of people use the phrase you have to get out of your own way. And what reading this book has kind of showed me that getting out of your own way is really not being defeated by your own mind, basically. You have the mind, body, and soul. And I like to think of the soul is what you want, what you desire. The mind is going in the present moment help you situate everything that's going on in your present moment. But if the mind thinks too far ahead, it can think of any possibility. So you have to get out of those possibilities and only use your mind for the present problem at hand. Um, and the body is the materialization of the soul and the mind. So when you think of the body and you think that the body is one with the infinite, one with the universe, so the body is not really this body, this shell that we're in. The body is the materialization of the world that you live in. So your mind and soul create the materialization of the world that you live in. And basically, the book is saying you have to figure out what your heart wants. And then you have to get your mind out of the way, basically, is what I'm getting from it. And it makes a lot of sense because, people wake up and their heart wants to go to the gym, their heart wants to lose weight, but then their mind says, "Oh, I'm going to be embarrassed if I go on that treadmill and I can't jog a full mile. Oh, I'm going to be embarrassed because I don't look the way I want to look, so I'm not going to go to the gym. I don't feel good today, so I'm not going to go to the gym." So your mind predicts these predicaments in the future tense. So you have to block your mind out and go with your heart. And it comes down to knowing your goal, and I think that's where a lot of people struggle, where a lot of people feel stuck because they know their current situation, it's not joyful for them. They're not into it. It doesn't make them happy. But the thing is they don't know where they want to go. So if you take a field trip and you end up in one spot and you're like, "Oh, I don't like this isn't where I want to be," and then everyone's like, "Well, where do you want to go?" And you're like, I don't know, I just don't like it here." So then you keep traveling, and then you start wasting time and you start wasting energy, and then you run out of gas and then you're stuck. So it's the hardest part of your journey is going to be deciding. There's just a lot of power in making a decision. And that's kind of what the book talks about. You have to make a decision, but you can't force the decision either, because your mind is going to tell you, oh yeah, I want to be a rock star. I want to have all these girls around me, and I want to play the guitar, and I want to drink, and I want to party all day, every day. And, the book also talks about pendulums and how you get caught in these pendulums, and it's this, idea of, oh, if I was a rock star, everybody would love me and I would have all this fun. And, it's something that you might have seen growing up on television, and you've seen it, but you don't even play the guitar. It's just the thought of you being a rock star fascinates you because, of the lifestyle, and, it's your mind creating this, so when you start looking at what you really want, you really have to come in terms of what you really want. What is your real life? And the book also talks about the uniqueness of everybody. Everybody is unique in their own way. Everybody's path is going to be different. And I thought that was very powerful, because a lot of the times we see our friends doing something. We see our friends playing basketball and they're really good at it. And we're like, oh man, he's really good at basketball. He's so cool. And then we want to play basketball, but that's not our path. So we try really hard to be as good as everybody else in basketball, but in reality, we're not that interested in it. Because if we were, we'd actually be good at it. And there's something that you can do, maybe it's art, but oh, it doesn't get as much attention. Art doesn't get as much attention as the star quarterback on the football team. So you think, oh, I want to be the star quarterback. I don't want to do art anymore. But art is really your path. So you have to figure out what your path is. And it basically says that if you stay on your path, success will open up to you. If you get the thoughts out of your mind, the negative thoughts out of your mind, and really just, it talks about inner intention and outer intention, and, having a goal. So if you have a goal and your inner and outer intention, or your mind and your soul, connect directly to this goal, you will start leading yourself towards this goal. So basically, as long as you set the intention and you take the importance away from it, it's not, I'm going to do art, I'm going to be super successful, I'm going to get rich, I'm going to have $1 million. It's, I'm going to do art. I don't know how this is going to work out. I don't know when this will work out. I don't know if this will work out. But I'm going to stick with this art because it makes me happy. It genuinely makes me happy. I would love to do this. It makes my heart bubble. And you stick to that plan, and, you get really good at it, and you just focus on the plan. Your intention has to be putting in that effort. And then as you go towards that, doors start to open. And eventually the door will open. That's your door that leads you onto your path, and you follow that. And then the things around you become materialized, such as whatever it is that you want, however you envision your life. So you have to start off with a definite goal. You have to make a decision. And, at first I would say make it as broad as you want, just so you have a direction. If all you can think of is, I want a house, start thinking about that. Okay, I want a house, and feel that you already have this house. Feel that you have this house and feel the comfortableness of it. That's another thing that the book says. Feel the comfort in have already achieving your goal. The hard work is out of the way. The struggle is out of the way, and now you finally come to this spot where you've achieved your goal. How do you feel at this point? So that's my takeaway of the book so far. I'm only a little over halfway through. So if you decide to read the book, Let me know in the comments below if you like this video. Please subscribe to the channel. I'm really just trying to help people show up to a better lifestyle. I'll be, telling people what I'm reading, telling people how I'm doing, telling people what investments I'm making, just showing up to a better lifestyle. If you want to know diet, if you want to know exercise, if you want to know workouts, if you want to know how to manage your time, leave a comment below and I'll be glad to answer any questions. Thank you for watching, you guys. Like, subscribe, share, and comment, please.